bringing you the latest news from Bucks County. This is the Courier Times Update with Rachel Cannelli.
This Courier Times Update is brought to you by St. Mary Medical Center in Langhorne, PA. It's your health, expect more. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Rachel Cannelli reporting from the Courier Times newsroom with your news update for Tuesday, April 30th. Bristol Township Police are investigating a 600-gallon chemical spill at a sewer plant in Croydon that township officials believe may have been sabotage. Sodium hypochlorite solution, a form of industrial bleach, leaked at the wastewater treatment plant on River Road Monday afternoon. Officials say you don't need to worry about your water since no public sources were affected. Lewis Environmental was cleaning up the spill, including removing soil from the immediate area as a precaution. Township officials are taking steps to upgrade security at the plant. Reporter Danny Adler has more on that story at buckscountycouriertimes.com. New legislation announced Monday could be critical for pilots and airline safety. GOP Congressman Mike Fitzpatrick introduced the Saraceni Aviation Act, which requires secondary cockpit barrier doors to be installed on most commercial aircrafts. He says it's a cost-effective deterrent to potential terrorists who would use planes as weapons.
These secondary barriers have been proven to give us an extra few seconds to get the door closed in case of cockpit breach. And with all the levels of security that the TSA has implemented, this is the one thing that will stop any attempted breach of the cockpit.
These barriers will cost about $10,000 per plane to install, and according to a study conducted by the Airline Pilots Association International, it is the most cost-effective, efficient, and safest way to protect the cockpit and passengers.
I've heard the number $10,000 per plane, as compared to, as Ellen said, the cost of an in-flight entertainment system of $1 million. Puts in perspective what we're talking about.
The bill gets its name from a Lower Makefield family. Ellen Saraceni lost her husband Victor in the September 11th attacks. He flew one of the planes that terrorists crashed into the World Trade Center. Reporter Gary Wexelblatt has that full story on our website. Some of our area high schools are being touted among the nation's best, at least according to the U.S. News and World Report. Lower Moreland High School was ranked number 9, and Council Rock North was ranked number 13 on the report's list of best schools in the nation. Harry S. Truman and Morrisville High Schools were also recognized with bronze medals for their performance on state exams.
It's our first time, yes, and in the state of Pennsylvania, we are the only school that had the diverse population that we have of more than 30% free and reduced that got that honor, and it was based upon our students' performance, increase in minority participation, increase in overall student participation, and then of course a significant increase in the percentage of students that were passed the test with a score of 3 or higher.
Certainly, it's a reflection of the quality, the program, and the vertical alignment of curriculum, and the attention that the district pays to its students and families from pre-K all the way up to graduation here at Truman.
Bristol Borough, Bucks County Technical, Neshaminy, and Pennsbury High Schools did not make the ranking, but you can see their stats online. For our Bucks County weather, it's cloudy again today with a high near 63. The clouds will continue tonight with a low around 41. But don't worry, the sunshine returns tomorrow with warmer temperatures in the 60s. When we come back, our very own Marion Callahan will be here to tell you about a great Bucks County destination for bargain hunters. If you're looking for cheap produce, you're definitely going to want to check this place out. Our Saving Bucks columnist, Marion Callahan, is joining us now to tell us about the great deals to be found at the Quakertown Farmers Market. Marion, thanks for coming in. I think people might be surprised at the number of vendors that are at this place.
Well, this has been a shopping destination since 1932, so it's really grown. Like in the building itself, there are more than 120 vendors, or what they like to call departments. Outside on a Friday, on a gorgeous Friday afternoon, you might have 450 vendors in its flea market. So it is certainly a place to go to, not just for bargains, but for truly a unique shopping experience.
Wow, that's impressive. So what kind of deals can people expect?
Well, I was in the warehouse outlet the other day, and I was just taking a look at a few products that you would find at any typical grocery store, and a big box of cereal, for example, was $1.99. At a grocery store, you might spend up to $4 to $5 on that. A huge 15-pack case of vitamin water was only $3.99.
Wow.
The grocery store, you're looking at spending $10 on that. So the deals really are worth the hype.
Yeah, that sounds awesome. Well, let's take a look at this week's Saving Bucks to find out more.
Like vegetables and fruit is way cheaper than regular store. I'm original from Africa, and I come often here because that's where I find banana plantain for cheap, way cheap. I can save sometimes $30, yeah, for the meat a month, because we have 2 places here. You can buy it for cheap.
And take this bottle of salad dressing. You're looking at spending between $2 and $5 at the grocery store. It's only $1 here. And I'm looking at a can of tomatoes. Yes, it's a little damaged, but it's only 50 cents. The deals are worth the hype.
If you have any money-saving tips for Marion, you can email her at mcallahan@phillyburbs.com. In sports, the Flyers are keeping their number 11 draft position after last night's lottery. The team only had a 1.5% chance of jumping to the number 1 spot, and they've only had that number 1 overall selection once in 1975. Sports writer Wayne Fish tells us in a story at BucksCountyCourierTimes.com that draft experts believe the Flyers will go after a defenseman. In high school sports, Council Rock North's boys lacrosse team faces off against Neshaminy this afternoon. Reporter Stu London and photographer Chloe Elmer will be there. Chloe and reporter Drew Markle will also be covering all of the action and reaction from the Council Rock North at Pennsbury boys volleyball match, and our video reporter Jen Wilgus will have highlights from that game on our website. Now here's a look at what we're working on in the newsroom. Republican Senator Chuck McElhenney will hold the first of 3 hearings on liquor privatization today. Our political reporter Gary Wexelblatt will be there covering. A Pennsbury school board member has posted online the fact finders report and the district's contract negotiations with the teachers. Reporter Joan Hellier is gathering all of those facts and figures for you. And finally, could A. Weber Communications' new offices in New Britain Township be the offices of the future? The building includes 2 indoor sliding boards, and that's not all. Just wait until business reporter Krista Shoemaker-Debris tells you what else they have in store for their employees. You can find all of those stories and, of course, updates on your latest local news at BucksCountyCourierTimes.com. I'm Rachel Cannelli. Thanks for watching and have a great Tuesday.